So I got to watch three idiots get fired last night. It's not going to have been last night by the time this goes up, but yeah, last night at work, um, you ever wonder how some people can act like such children, while children who actually do what adults tell them wind up acting more mature? Well, these three idiots. We go on lunch. Fucking this woman has her stuff in a microwave, and there's several microwaves in our break area. But this woman has her stuff in one of the microwaves, and it beeps or whatever it does to tell you that it's done. And this other guy sees that this microwave is done, but someone's stuff is in it, so he pulls it out and sets it aside. She takes affront to this. Like, don't touch my stuff. So she starts yelling at him. He takes affront to being yelled at by a crazy person, and they're all crazy. They're all idiots. Excuse me. So, while those two are yelling at each other, I guess her boyfriend, I don't really know their relationship. I barely know these people. These are people who work in a different section of the building than I do. Hold on. Is that better? Whatever. Her boyfriend gets dragged into it. So it's 2-on-1 screaming match that turns into a shoving match, and one of the managers shows up and tries to step in between them to break it up. Now, I just remembered a night when one of our cats, and I live with 5 cats, one of our cats was bothering another one of the cats, but the other cat wasn't taking any of his shit. This was Dusty, a big white one, and Gabby, much smaller, I guess calico, I don't know cat breeds, multicolored. Well, Dusty was bothering Gabby. And when Gabby wouldn't take Dusty's shit, she started beating the shit out of him. Just running into him and fucking beating the hell out of him with her paws and claws, and Dusty does not know the demon that he's unleashed. So Dusty does what he thinks is the best idea, and he runs to the nearest human. Me. It's late at night. I'm the only one awake. I'm downstairs. I'm using the computer down there to look up some stuff. And Dusty doesn't have the time to jump up on my lap or anything, so he's just down there at my feet. And Gabby is not letting up. So we have a literal cat fight going on at my feet. And I jump back. And I start yelling at them, trying to make as much noise as possible to distract them from, well, the one-sided beatdown that Gabby is giving Dusty. Well, this wakes up my parents, and when I talk to my mother about it the next day, I tell her that I'm not going to break up that fight because I know not to stick my hand in a blender. And that was the phrase, sticking your hand in a blender, that I thought of as this manager inserted himself quite literally between two people, two sides, three people, two sides of this massive fight that was already physical. They were already shoving each other. And so they take opportunities to rush at each other. One of them, the one guy by himself, takes a swing, completely whiffs. I don't know how you completely whiff when you have three bodies in front of you. Like, I can understand swinging and hitting the one that you didn't want to hit. I don't know how you can swing and not hit any of them, but this guy fucking did it. So this manager is literally yelling, "Help!" And I'm like, okay, I'm standing here. If that punch had connected, I'm right here to jump in there. And then again, so is like this rapidly growing semicircle of big guys. Like, I'm a big guy, all these other guys are big like me. So there's this growing semicircle of people ready to jump in there, and had that punch actually connected with someone, it would have been one of those bum rushes that you see at frat parties. And I know you've seen that if you've ever been to a college party. Fight breaks out, and it's just this massive scrum of people trying to separate the two main fighters. That's exactly what was going on here. The first other manager to show up on the scene is one of the shortest managers we have. This little white girl. I had no idea what she was planning on doing. Well, she was on her radio calling for the other managers. That's really all she was doing. And that was smart of her, because she was there, but she wasn't sticking her dick in a blender. So they're calling for the area managers, the building managers, the sort supervisors, everybody. Well, they finally get everyone separated, and they collect everyone's badges. But one of them tried to slink off, like we can't fucking count, and like no one's gonna be pointing fingers. One of them tried to slink off, and Steven, he used to be my manager, but now he's the area manager for my area, so he's my boss's boss. He's going around collecting their badges. They're fired. Like, they all know they're fired. Like, every manager is telling them they're fired. This fucker's trying to slink off like, I didn't do nothing. You got nothing on me. No. Doesn't work that way. But fucking people, man. Like, how does that actually, like, it's a fucking microwave. You're on lunch. Like, they're already wasting our time. They're required to give us the half hour for lunch, but it's one of these things where it's become really common for them to put us on our lunches. And I know why they do it. It's because there's not enough work there yet. Like, I think I've mentioned in a previous video, I work at FedEx. Like, while we're working, work is showing up. We have, we send trucks out and trucks come in. We process the packages, we empty out certain trailers, we load other trailers. So work is constantly coming in and out. So when not enough work is there, they will send us on an early lunch and have us just wait. I hate this. I've actually left work early for, like, they were going to put us on a 90-minute lunch break. And thing is, I almost always am the first one to get cut. I'm not hanging around. This is turning into me, but, like, fucking people. But, like, I was already, like, not willing to deal with much shit. But, on the other hand, I actually did make some hours. Like, they kept me later than I thought they were going to, so that was cool. I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth between points, I'm sorry, but I'm still getting used to this. But yeah, it's a fucking microwave. And you're on lunch. Like, if someone moves your shit aside, say, hey, that's my shit. Could you not move that? And, like, okay, is it really that disrespectful? Like, I can see a minor level of disrespect. Like, if you're sitting down and you brush someone's stuff aside, that's, like, what the fuck are you doing? But it's a microwave. The other guy wants to eat, too. Like, I have no idea what the thought process in these people's heads were, where screaming matches, shoving, and swinging fists was going to make anything better. And, like, and if you have kids, if you know kids, I don't have kids, but I've been a kid. I've seen how kids handle things like this. They'll be like, "Hey, that's mine. Oh, this is yours? Here, this is yours. I'm gonna use the microwave." Okay, I've got my stuff. Thank you. Kids are more mature than grown-ups. And okay, if you wanted to put up a tough guy act in front of somebody, but that doesn't even make sense because we're at work. We all know what each other does. Like, you're not going to impress anybody by being Mr. Tough Guy. Or by, like, how are you diminished by going, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to use this microwave? But anyway, I had a front row seat to 3 idiots getting fired. So, you know what? I got a little bit of a story out of it, a little minor chuckle. I almost got drawn into it because I was gonna protect the manager, but, like, you know, shit happens. You know, keyword there, almost. I didn't have to, you know, I didn't have to stick my hand in that blender. Anyway, that was my little amusing anecdote about what happened at work last night. So, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Zim out.